Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian in today's video. So guys, it's another video that I'm talking about Africans and their experiences crossing this border into the European Union. Guys, I keep having to stress that this is not our war. And this video that I watched on the news is part of the reason why I'm trying to communicate to you guys that, hey, these guys don't deserve our attention and they sure as hell don't deserve our sympathy. Take a look at this.
I was begging. The official literally looked me in my eye and said in his language, only Ukrainians, that's all. That if you are black, you should walk. I'm currently in Debrecen, Hungary. I got in like 10 a.m. today. Today is the 28th of February. It wasn't easy. On Friday at 8 a.m. I was on my way to Poland. I took a commercial taxi and the taxi couldn't stay on the line of cars because literally cars had been there for 2 days. And when we dropped, on the Google map, it was saying a 1 hour walk. And I was like, a 1 hour walk is nothing, you know, if it's getting us there on time. And we walked and it kept increasing. The term walking is traumatizing me. The term walking, I walked for 12 good hours, and it's not an exaggeration. The traffic warden saw me and said I should go to a shelter to sleep, and I slept, and he said the next day that there is a bus going from that shelter straight to the Polish border. And when it was time to get on this bus, the Ukrainians said, just Ukrainians, literally as a black person. I even lied that I was pregnant. They didn't care. I was begging. The official literally looked me in my eye and said in his language, only Ukrainians, that's all. That if you are black, you should walk. And that was an additional 8 hours from where we were. By car, it was like 30 minutes. So we had to walk additional 8 hours. The problem isn't at the Polish border. It is at the Ukrainian border. Because you have to stamp out at the Ukrainian border to get on the Polish side. And the Ukrainians are only prioritizing their citizens. They don't care. They will push you. They will beat you. If you can make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. Like, I took a nap and I still felt like I was still walking, like I hadn't crossed over. It's not fair. Like, we're just begging to go. I literally had to go back to my city after that experience, re-strategize, and took a train to Hungary. It wasn't even easy getting to Hungary. We had to pay. Those that didn't have money to pay, what would they do? I couldn't help anybody because I was fighting for my life. It is a traumatizing experience and I don't know where I'm going from now. I literally have to re-strategize in Hungary, try to get my ticket back to Nigeria because it's not safe. This place is not, if your skin is dark, you're at a disadvantage.
Unbelievable. Or is it unbelievable? No, I'll take that back. This is clearly believable. This is the way they are at that border. If they see you and if they see that you are dark skinned, and it's not just black people, by the way, guys, it's also the Indians too. The foreign ministers for these two countries have openly expressed that, hey, anyone's allowed in. It doesn't matter who you are. We're not basing it based on your color of your skin or of your nationality or your gender. We're letting everybody through. But that's clearly not the case. And why is this the case? Well, we're going to go into this now. First, I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting the channel on our Patreon, link in the description. I'm also going to invite you to please follow the Oversight channel, the channel that is there to help you to invest on the African continent, both safely and securely, link also in the description. I made a video a few days ago. I spoke to you about the people there. Most of them are Slavs, right? I said this already, they are the same people. All these borders that you see drawn up, they're all man-made. All these people are one specific people. They're all Slavic. Most of them speak a Slavic language except for the Bulgarians. So you have Slavic people trying to get through a border where that is being patrolled by both Slavs on either side of the border. So they are clearly going to have a lot of sympathy for these people. They're going to give them a bit of courtesy, more so than the other foreigners, most of whom their countries have already organized transport for them on the other side of the border. It's more than just racism. It's important that we see this. Why is it important that we see this? Because in the coming years, that country is going to change its dynamic. And you have this Russian war machine inside Ukraine, and it's preying on everybody, right? But once again, this is not our fight. It's really important that you know that NATO at some point is going to get involved. 80,000 soldiers from the United States have been sent to Europe now. Okay, they've been sent as not a peacekeeping, but to bolster NATO during this time. That's what they are saying. It's just to bolster NATO, just so, if things go down, we've got an army there that's a bit tasty. We've got a bit of, we've got a bit of teeth. And that's the official reason why they are sending 80,000 US soldiers to Eastern Europe at this moment. And I know there are going to be a lot of soldiers inside there, but let's focus on the black soldiers. And those black soldiers are going to have to fight for this country, these people who are stopping black people at the border and saying, hey, no, hop it, you can't come this way. Who the these people think they are, really? Who do they think they are? Do they think that they are in any position to be picky and choosy like that? Do you? It's incredible that these people, their world is collapsing around them right now. Their country is in disarray. It's been taken over by another country. And guess what? They still have room to be racist. They still have it. It's still in them. They just can't help it. It's bursting out of their seams. They wake up in the morning. They're like, okay, I wonder if I'm going to meet some people that I can be racist at. After breakfast, I can have my coffee and then I can be racist. It's part of their DNA. It is sewn right into them. And you, as black soldiers, you need to realize this. And it's not all about taking orders. It's about realizing that your country is going to be expecting you to risk your lives for people who would never risk their lives for you. That's just who they are. You got to realize where those European Americans who are, doing all this and all, where those European Americans came from. They came from the East. You got to remember, the most of the people who had money in Europe never went to America because they never had to go to America. So they stayed in Europe. So all the ones who went to America during that time where they were shoving people into that country, all the people that went to America weren't the best of the best. They weren't the best of the bunch, okay? And that DNA is living right now inside the United States. It's part of who they are. And you need to remember this. And you're now going into the cauldron, into the place where these people were cultured, where they were fabricated, where it came from. Any soldiers who are of African origin that's going to be fighting for NATO, who are going to be going there, remember that. So guys, this is a warning to my black brothers and sisters who might have to find themselves in the unfortunate position of being sent off to Eastern Europe within the next few weeks. Please guys, don't waste your time. Don't go risking your lives for these types of people. Of course, I know you've got to take orders and you have to do what you got to do. But remember, there might be a situation or a time where you need to think about your family and about your people especially. You've just seen how they would have treated you, how they would have treated your mother, how they would have treated your mother if you was a baby and you was trying to cross those lines. You've seen that with your own two eyes. There shouldn't be any more convincing of how you should act when you are in a similar position. Until the next time, please think twice. To our bit.